Hello folks, my name is Brian. Thanks for tuning in today. I've got something I want to just go back and touch base on. I've already made a previous video on this and just made some revisions and a little bit of update, and I just think it's cool to bring back another video because I'm definitely more excited about what I did, and let's jump into it, okay? All right, so here's what I did, and I'll link the past video, but let me just introduce, this is my Shockwave shotgun, a very, very, very cool shotgun, and just a neat firearm to have, but I, have a little bit more moist hands, and so, with that smooth Raptor style grip, bird's eye Raptor grip as they call it here, um, I just didn't get a good purchase on it. I just felt a little slick, and that's just me personally. So maybe someone, if you're searching out a video and you're looking at something, and you're trying to look at other ideas of how to increase that, yes, you can buy that tape. There's all sorts of rubberized, more tacky tape, skateboard type tape. But in the end, that stuff always seems to come off. Maybe if you clean it, really well with isopropyl alcohol, and you really get a good stick, and you use a hair dryer and you warm it up, then you may be able to get that to stick really well. But then also too, you kind of see the contours of it, and you see because they have the cutouts because the tape bends around, and so it kind of has to have that so that it molds really well to the grip. I didn't really want that. And you can also do, get a bicycle tube, a rubber, go to your bicycle shop or Walmart and buy an appropriate sized bicycle inner tube, and that's rubberized, and you can cut off a section of the length of your Raptor grip, and then you can work that on. You want to get it so that the inner tube fits snugly around the thinnest portion of here and also the bigger portion, so that's going to be a challenge. You're really going to have to stretch it, but if you can get that to work, I did that on one of my Glock pistols, and it was pretty good. I must admit, it gave it a little bit more rubberized feel to it, a little softer, but this is totally different what I'm going to tell you today. So let's jump into it. What I did was on this version, I kind of created some texture on it, and I didn't come up with this idea. There were people doing this to polymer frame pistols, either decorating it or increasing the grip on the polymer pistols like a Glock or a Smith & Wesson. And how you do that, let me just show you real quick. I didn't do it around the edge. This just gives it some artistic look. But let me just show you if you can see. I got one big powerful light in here, and that's the best light I got. It's inside my home. But let me show you how I did that. And I have a video, but here's a soldering iron, a cheap $15 soldering iron. There's better soldering irons, of course, but I just had this for a long time. And you plug this into the wall, and it heats up really hot. And this one that I bought, True Value or something, came with different tips, and you'll just have to see, what's available in your little kit that it comes with. But you screw that in, and you have little tips, so you heat up. So basically, this is awesome, man. It worked really, really well. After it's hot, then you're just going to go in and lightly just touch, and then create the pattern that you want. And you're going to create the pattern depending on how deep you press into it. You can create, textures and star patterns and slash marks. But again, it'd be good to have two so you could practice. But you don't want to press in too far so that you create. Let me just explain. So when you press the little soldering iron into it further and you pull it out, you're going to create more texture, more grip for your hand. So you can actually make your grip too aggressive. If you just touch it, just barely mar the surface, then you're not going to give it enough texture. but you're going to have to do this like 1,000 times. And I'm just trying to explain the process. I mean, you're going to be touching, I mean, all over until you get the texture that you want and the surface. So just explaining the process, because someone still may not understand, and that's okay. It might happen to me too, may not understand. But let me show you real quick. So that's the soldering iron, one soldering iron option you can do. Here's the little end cap that goes into the end of the Raptor grip here that you're going to have to pull off. See, it slides in like that, and if you push it in, I want to push it in right now because I'm making the video. But one way to get that out, because I'm a perfectionist and I don't want to get a big screwdriver and pry that out and tear up the plastic. I just the other day found this little key to my old school drill, and it had just a perfect little pry point right there on the end, and so I just stuck that in right there in the area that's provided and just popped it out, and it didn't mar it up. So that's just a little bit of insight that maybe you have something similar to that, or if you don't care, just stick a big screwdriver in there and pop it out. Okay, but you also may be wondering what this is right here, and I have a video on that. This is a QD quick release cup, and you can get them different places at different costs, but let me just show you how that works right there. This is my QD sling from Magpul. They have like 2 or 3 different versions, and I can't remember exactly right off the top of my head what version this is, but it allows you to have the 1-point access right there, and 1.2 point front and rear of the weapon, so that you can remove it really quickly or transfer it to other weapons. That's why I have it. I didn't want to buy multiple $70 straps, or whatever the correct term, drawing a blank again on what that is, for the strap that you put around, or a gun strap. But look how, my QD release, this one has this quick QD release where you push the button and the ball bearings retract, and it just pops right into the rear of the firearm. Magpul even has I think what's a greater one that was a little bit before my time when I got this, but now they have one that you press the sides and you pull it out. This one is on the top, and so if anything bumps that accidentally, it could pull that off, and then your firearm would hit the ground, and that's not good. So maybe to have the 2 that you have to press in and pull out would be the best option. But you'll just have to look at the Magpul website. And someone's going to comment, because I've had it before, go to eBay and buy a cheap knockoff. Yep, you can. Probably $25, $30. But I just like to do the main Magpul. Magpul is a very, very good company and specializes in ARs and a lot of different firearms. So I trust them. Plus, too, I bought this like 5 years ago, so there weren't a lot of knockoff copies. But do whatever you want, whatever makes you happy and makes you suitable for you. But that's a QD release there. But that's it. That's all I want to do is make a new video and just kind of update it. Also, too, I just can't forget what I did just recently was I have a bunch of different paint and paint cans. I have matte black, semi gloss, and full gloss cans of paint that are that bond the plastic. That's what they're designed to do, to physically become like the plastic. And so while I had this Raptor grip off, I went in and I was like, man, it's kind of a lighter gray than the rest of the firearm. Plus, too, I was just like, man, what if I just quickly just sprayed a layer of paint on that? Took it off the gun. Of course, I didn't want to tape off the gun. I taped off this because this is locked into the gun, so I didn't want to the Raptor grip. I didn't want to take that off. So I took it off and held it up with something, sticking up to the top, and I just lightly got a real rough, abrupt spray of the semi-gloss. You could probably do flat black, but I grabbed the semi-gloss and I just sprayed it. It toned it down a little bit, you know, because the paint went into the little small, all the little small, you know, areas that I made. It makes it look a little bit better. It makes it look more like one piece. It definitely makes it look more professional, and it matches more of the black on the gun. It just looks way more professional, way more factory. And this paint is dried enamel, dried super hard, and it's made the grip even better. It just feels more factory, more professional, more refined. So the black, it looks a lot deeper, darker black. It's just a win-win situation in my book. I think I'm totally 100% done now. So with my video, hopefully this helps someone. You found it informative. It was entertaining to watch. If you did, just hit the like button for me. Helps videos get shared, as everyone says, to more people. But other than that, tune back to more videos. And I tend to do some firearm videos every now and then. So catch me on one of those, all right? And knife videos too. Cool knives. All right, bye-bye. Have a great day, great afternoon, wherever you are, and catch me on a future video. Bye-bye.